You know, just a brief history. In my earlier years in the Senate, we almost had the same issue, and it's amazing that back in 2000, mid 2000s, we're still dealing with a power crisis. And I remember the time, the governor at the time uh, um, put aside the board to, sort of like a directive to kind of get to the next step. And along that line, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys, because I did pull the trigger on it. And one of the professionals and experts that came through my doors, whether on Tinian or here on Saipan, is a company that produces and observes and have offices in the U.S. that produce the nuclear battery. And I'm surprised that the IRP is not even considered as an option. Is there a reason why we didn't explore that option? I mean, it's the cleanest. Is that too hot topic to discuss openly, or, I mean, nuclear battery, nuclear energy is not new, and it's more than likely it requires a lot of technical expertise and way above what we know here. But I'm just surprised that it's not even put in the slide.
So your question is, why, or have we considered
Yes.
like micronuclear?
Yes.
Okay, I have spoken to the vendors and have lined up with the Department of Energy experts to meet with us, considering the technology for a micro nuclear. They have units as low as 3 megawatt. When I spoke to them, they did indicate that there's a high risk in a high seismic active area, which I know I've felt more earthquakes here than I did in California. So I think this is a highly active seismic area. But we are going to entertain with the Department of Energy, their experts. And if those risks can be overcome, the other challenge we would have is for a change in the Constitution that doesn't allow nuclear energy, I believe,
in law.
CNMI.
You can actually change it, because I introduced the law, and when I left for vacate or a trip, the Senate at the time shelved it, and I wasn't around to justify it. So it's just a brief history. But anyway, so I'm just curious because Japan is, it's a bigger nation and more output, more people. So also mentioned California. Do they have any nuclear power plant over there? I mean, small kind.
They do have a nuclear power plant, in different areas, not just California, but different states, and some of the micronuclear plants are coming online, and they even have some water-cooled traditional nuclear plants coming online, especially in areas where they have data centers that is growing and taking a tremendous amount of power. And they talk about not just megawatts, but gigabyte or gigawatts. So,
and that's the reason why, and I'm glad you kind of walked me into that, because if we are going to focus on data centers, which I'm hearing that there are some coming down our islands here, they would require additional. And who's to say that it's going to stop with one? Could be more, and then they're going to require more juice. I mean, megawatts. So, I'm just asking. It's not. I don't have any plans. I'm just curious that it's not even in the IRP or even being considered. To the point where you're going to work with the legislature to address legislations to progress forward with other matters. So I'm going to leave it at that.